Hi, it's Warren Whitlock here with another edition of Emerging Technology. Hey, I've been looking for some things to share with you. I have a list of them, and some of them fit into what I'm going to have to interrupt and talk about today. I did a poll among people who are talking about AI on Twitter. I'll say Twitter, some people say X, but it's really easy to tweet something and hard to X something. So let's take a look at the results of that poll. All right. Take a look here. This is my X account. It's me, it's what I see. And the part we really need to worry about is right here in the middle, the poll. And it is, what have you created with AI? And so I thought, by excluding people that don't talk about I might get an interesting comparison between text and art. And of course, you can't choose two, so I had to include a both. And then they all add up to be about 31% of my AI followers. Wow. I had 1,864, which is one of the larger polls I've ever done. So the statistical significance is, first of all, it's Twitter. Anybody can answer it, any reason. So it could be whatever. Take it with a grain of salt. But usually when they get something this lopsided, it's trying to tell me something. And neither answer came out to be 69% of those people out of almost 2,000 people. The majority of them, over two-thirds, answered neither. They had not created anything. The comments went on and on about that, and I didn't get any. I get a couple of people showing me what they wrote or a image they had created, but overwhelmingly, the majority of those were people telling me what AI was horrible and they would never use it. Again, people talking about AI. And I thought, why so negative? I look and I think it's a lot of people have just not really tried things. So I said, let's step back and take a look at what it does take to get started. And I went, as always, to a chat AI and got looking at what there could be. I asked the question, how do you get started using an LLM? Large language module, the basis of the popular AI. And it gave me a nice outline there, but I decided just to show you here, it can also give me a list. All I had to do is just the numbered list. And there it is. Eight things to do to get started. You choose an LLM, you choose how to access it. Do you want to be developing? Probably not. You learn some basics, you start with some simple tasks, and you experiment, and you consider the ethical implications. Maybe scale up. The main thing is, if you want to use it, it is as easy as, let's go ahead and do a quick demonstration. Let's see, there's my new chat button. And good morning, Warren. How can Claude help you today? And I say, show me something I have not seen before. Now, I may decide to tell me that it can't answer that question, but this see what it says. I apologize. There you go. And it gave me some more ideas. Boy, there's some things I can't even pronounce all these words of things that it told me to ask about. So I do this now when I find something, a topic that just doesn't seem right to me, or I wonder, how did that really happen? Why do we drive on one side of the road or the other? Something like that. I look it up, and like getting a Google or a Wikipedia, it's just enhanced that much more, especially when I use Perplexity, and I can go ahead and drill down and read articles. That's perplexity.ai. So which model to use? That goes to the next one. Something I've just found. This is new, Ninja Chat. Ninja Chat, it's a way to look at all the different things you could be using for it. And instead of paying for each one of them for Pro, you can come here and get it for a lot less expensive. I don't know that you need that or even the Pro, definitely not when you're starting out. Use the free thing. But when you want to figure out which one works best for you, this is a place to go. So that's chat. I'll be putting these links in the show notes so you should be able to find that. And now, what about you want to get something done? Let's say you want to make a video. Hit Tori. That's Tori.ai, Pictory.ai, will allow you to create videos. And here's some of the features that it'll do: text the video, script the video, image the video, add some music to your video, take a blog post and make a video out of it. And basically, it'll supply the text and the pictures that you need depending on what you give it to create a video. There's many are doing this right now. I really like Victoria so far. So one I'm going to subscribe to and make a bunch of videos myself, and I'll show you some more on that in another episode. I found that you don't even need one big tool to do it all. There's a lot of other things you can try. I think having tried all these is wonderful. Usually they're going to end up costing something. This one here, what comes out starting out at $20 a month to make videos. If you're in the video making business, that is very inexpensive. If you're going to make a lot of them, these other things are just fantastic. If you're not in the video making business and you want to play around, there's other things. Runway, where they're making photos. I think they have video too, but yes, they do. But photos and video, just by typing in something, it'll make a picture, and it's a good one to try. The other big ones, ChatGPT does a fine job using its DALL-E, DALL-E engine, will make some beautiful things. Also, they have Aura that they're now making short videos, and that technology just keeps getting better. And when there's a new one, almost every time I try to create something, I try something new because I want to see what they're like. But look at the detail, the quality of these images today are so much better than they were a year ago and even a month ago. Some of these models are just coming out with better and better things. And do they replace whatever you're using for art? No, but they can do some quick and dirty tricks, like add color to a black and white image or to add detail to an image. Here we're removing silence. Wow. When I and awe and wait, that's something that I use AI and my producer to get rid of some of the excess sounds that come out of me. As we saw last week with Digital Twin, when you go to Twin Protocol, to my Digital Twin, you can talk to a bot that has a picture of me. It looks real, and it's not moving. It's not talking like a video, but it's answering with audio. And the comment I get most on that is that it sounds just like me, but a little bit better because the ums and ahs are removed. So that's good. Let's come down here. We were looking at Pictionary. We were looking at Runway. Pictionary, that's a completely different thing. But if you have something and you would like to have a AI avatar speak and read your script, this is a way to do it. I'm thinking of coming up with a better example to show you on this, but right now, I think the main thing is I'm trying to encourage you to get out there and try. Because when I look at this and say, most people have never tried anything, that's weird. By the way, the most people out of 45,000, most people didn't answer the question. That's 45,000 people who actually saw the tweet, not my followers or any number like that. That's real people saw this tweet and decided not to answer the poll or engage in any way. Out of that, 1,800 answered. Most of them didn't. And when you get down to the number of people who have actually done something out of that become very low, or at least on the report. I'm going to do some more polls and I'll get back to you and let you know what I learned. I think people want to do it. I think most of us have tried something, and the other thing is you couldn't be using a tool like Twitter unless you did use an AI, because it's going to select which things you're going to see using algorithms. And algorithms versus AI, pretty close. Most of the big people doing things with an algorithm are also using AI because they want to get to know you. That's what a computer can do that you can't do. You it can find out all about you, store that, and personalize them. It's what we want. It's not what we say we want because we're like, wait a minute, it could be a fake. And here's the bottom line there. If it's going to be a fake, if somebody's not trying to fake me out and it's not a real person behind it, I'm fine with talking to a chatbot that I know that I'm talking to a chatbot. Why? Because most of the time I'm going to get the answer faster and more succinct than out of waiting for a human being. Once I do that, for instance, customer support, I've told stories on this channel and many other places. And every encounter with support is another nightmare of going through all the things that are reminding the people who haven't ever used online, for instance. They always call for support. I can't believe they're still out there, but they say there's people out there that, still would have a rotary phone if they were all out. And is you find out about this tech and try it and go like, this is actually better. Have I ever talked to a chatbot I like? Most of the time. But most of the time that I talk to a person in support, it's that same kind of thing. I find that when I really get to somebody, that, whether it be a chat, a, a online conversation like Twitter or the other social media, email, whatever, I feel like it's real, like I'm talking to somebody. And I know I don't really care what their education is, where they are, what to say, but at some point, we all have to admit human is better. So please keep trying with the humans. Don't go in a closet and forget about all this. But if you are in a hurry to find out something, one of the most common uses at my house for using the chat AI is to ask a question while I'm engaged in a conversation with my wife about maybe something we just saw on TV, or what it used to be, we'd look up IMDb about that's the Internet Movie Database to find out about the actors in the TV show we were watching. I found that, yeah, we still do that, but even more often, we're talking about more substantive things. And despite being together for decades and being alive for even more decades, we have differing views and a difference we see. Just in a day, what I read versus the person I am with nearly 24 hours a day, we have different experiences. And that's without leaving the same room, or the same house at least. And when that extends to people I know, to friends, we had similar conversation with producer last week. We talked about things. She has a completely different view on the world than I do. And if that's going to be true, think about how you can expand that to getting the views of billions of people codified and summarized and given to you as a way to enhance the real human activities you're doing, the real writing or art of any kind, the videos you're making. I made this video with the help of AI to look up some things to show you. And usually I do an outline. Today, this is free form, but I knew which sites I wanted to show you. It was much easier. But most of the time, I get an outline there. I get ideas. I get suggestions for titles and headlines for things. And I abhor the idea that here's a content generation thing where you can go out and create 1,000 videos a day and put them up and see who you can fool. I like using some of those tools. One that I didn't get to show you, I just tried. It created 10 shorts from a long form video like our podcast, and created them automatically, put text on top of and then you could choose what format you want. Could instantly go from portrait to landscape, the click of a button with the resolution you want, and it can hook up to social media accounts and deliver them. The ones you pick, that's the important thing. Out of 10, one got a 9% score, 90 out of 100. A couple more were in the 80s, and then they went way down. And what happened was they were cut off in mid-sentence or didn't quite make sense, or why are you sharing this bit? But the one that ranked top was very close to what I would have done if I had a couple of hours to make it myself. And so using tools to help you create is wonderful. They don't replace humans. They don't replace human contact, but please, let's get out there. Let's try some AI. If you've not used AI, leave me a comment. Let's talk about it. Let's find out what are the barriers, and maybe we can discuss those and find out whether they're things that I should limit my enthusiasm for AI, or maybe something where you limit you learn from the limits you've set. Maybe there is something else you can try. We'll get together in the next episode and review that and many more things. For now, I'm Warren. Bye.